Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, January 13th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I listen to the depths of my soul to align with my purpose. And woo! Astro energies today. Okay, so we are starting the day with a square resistance energy between Mars and Saturn. Now, this is definitely an interesting energy to be engaging. And again, just something to be aware of. We have so many squares this year between the signs of Taurus and Aquarius. There's definitely purpose in these squares, and there's varying levels of lessons. Like, some of the lessons are like, hey, we've got to change. And yet some of the lessons are also, and we've got to do it step by step, moment by moment, which at times may feel a little bit like suppression. And today's energy kind of feels like that. It's this desire to be in alignment, and almost even like that, like, aha, this is the alignment. And yet that Mars in Taurus energy, which can feel like a bucking bronco on its way to that alignment energy, coming against Saturn, which can be limitations. Sometimes Saturn can feel like a steamroller, like we have to move slow. We have to do this right. Sorry, I didn't use my grumpy Saturn voice. But this energy can feel quite conflicting. That desire to move, that desire to act, even in Taurus, which Taurus can definitely have that slow and steady wins the race energy. But Mars is like, forget that. Like, I see the end in sight. I see the goal. I want to run to it. I want to race to it. And Saturn is that steamroller, like holding on to that Mars energy, like, we have to do this right. We have to make sure every step is taken, every T is crossed, every I is dotted. And so we have to be aware in our lives where we have the resistance. First of all, that resistance to change, where we want things to stay the same. That is definitely, again, this place we want to look at over and over and over and over and over again. So many times we want to come back to that. And then we want to see, well, when we are in our values, what are the aligned actions that we are called to take? And then we listen deeper to that soul voice, to that soul energy, which is like, actually, when I looked at the astro, this is the quote that came through. It's a quote from Rumi. Did I read it yesterday? I feel like I did. Oh, maybe I did in my patron group. I know you are tired. Come, this is the way. Now, one of the reasons why I think we have to do this slow and steady wins the race kind of energy is because how many times have we redone society? And how many times have we kind of ended up in the same kind of essence? Saturn moving slowly through Aquarius is like, we are going to do this evolution right. We are going to do this revolution right. We are going to honor this divine enlightenment. That is not what I was going to say, but what has now come through. we are gonna find our way to the golden age energy in alignment, not through rushing, not through trying to repeat patterns, not trying to repeat something old, but rather in alignment to where we are shifting up, to how we are evolving through all of this. And again, that's going to take time, and it's going to require some shedding, and it's going to require conscientious alignment to individual purpose, to mission, to that energy. And again, the thing that keeps coming up over and over and over, awareness of the repeating patterns. You know, that's one thing that's definitely shedding right now for all of us, as we have Neptune still squaring the nodes. North Node in Gemini, like, hey, that change energy. Are we honoring that direction? That South Node energy, which is also feeding into it. We have some karmic energies to unwind in and through all of this. And yet, we may have some repeating patterns showing up that need to be released and let go of in this energy. Now, it's also really potent energy between like all this Aquarius, which is again reminding us, hold the vision, which is part of the process as well. Oh God, there's so many layers of this. Hold the vision, which is part of the process. The yin energy, allowing the yin to come up. The yin energy is in alignment with Saturn in this case, especially with Venus in Capricorn right now, hey, the yin energy is like Mars. You take action, you follow the same patterns, you fall in the same hole over and over and over again. Listen this time, Mars. Listen, yang energy. Listen to the intuition. Take those guided steps rather than trying to race to the finish line. This is not a race. This is a journey, and it is a very important one. So we want to keep that in mind, especially if you are feeling that Saturn suppression energy. So that's how we're starting off our day. Then we have the moon. The moon will be joining our collective in Aquarius. So let's see, with the moon in Aquarius, we will have Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. So 4 energies moving through Aquarius. We will be building to 7 in February. Tuning into the vibrations, trusting the energy, holding that vision, aligning for community, aligning for humanity. And this doesn't mean that we're all going to believe or do the same things. I mean, we're not there yet, clearly, right? And who is right? And maybe there is some kind of balance to be kept by, I don't want to call them opposing sides, but polarizing energies. There we go. Because it doesn't have to be opposing. Sometimes we need a little polarization as part of our lessons. So, oh, and I missed. Pallas is in Aquarius as well. So technically that's 5. So 5 energies lighting up this Aquarius energy that we have. And here, incoming the moon. Income right after this new moon energy. So it's like, can you hold the vision? You don't have to dig up your seeds. As of this point, we have not had our new moon yet, as of me recording this. And yet, those seeds that we plant in that Capricorn new moon energy have so much potency. We want to give them the time to root. That's part of, again, this slowness. And I love that quote that I also bring in a lot, too. They thought that they buried us, but they didn't know that we are seeds. We want to root. Sometimes we need the darkness. Sometimes we need the unknown to be able to root and reach for the light energy in and through all this. And I definitely have that. Like, look, flowering, the existence card, both of those energies to me are about like rooting in, being grounded, and yet reaching for the light energy. So as we continue on through the day, the moon is going to then connect with Saturn and Mars. So with moon energy, again, aligning our feelings with that vibrational energy, that's part of it. But that moon may also bring up some hidden things like, oh, I'm afraid if I don't do this now, if I don't get to the finish line now, that I'm not going to get there, that it's not going to happen. So be aware of any of those shadow energies that are coming up. Excuse me. Release. Be aware of any of those shadow energies that are coming up for why you feel like you need to race to the finish line in and through this energy. Moving on, Venus connecting to Uranus in Taurus. Excuse me. I'm so excited. I'm inhaling too much. I'm inhaling too much, I don't know, incense or something. Venus aligning with Uranus in Taurus, helping us shake loose anything that does not align with our values. And Venus in Capricorn is like, I am that which you value, valuing that yin energy, utilizing that, and moving away from that which does not support and or honor that. Powerful energies, right? So powerful. I'm too excited. As the moon moves on, it's going to connect with Jupiter in the evening. Again, holding that vision, seeking out the shadow energies, releasing that, but keep coming back to the vision. And if you don't have the vision, then finding a supportive vibration that you can rest in. Again, feeling that flowering. What feels expansive to you? What feels progressive to you? What feels like your personal evolution in regards to your personal vibrational energy? Now, important note. Our last transit of the day is the moon squaring Uranus. And our first transit of tomorrow, of Thursday, is Uranus going direct. So if you have a sensitive nervous system, this energy is shake you up to wake you up kind of energy. It can be very overstimulating, taking time to ground, taking time to settle into your energy, you know, really feeling like the energy is coming in, moving through you, rather than just staying up here in the mental. And if you do find yourself overstimulated, the awareness of that so that you can show up and take care of yourself. So do be aware of that, because anytime Uranus, the higher octave of Mercury, Uranus energy shifts directions or goes direct, we can feel that energy kind of intensely in our energetic systems. So we want to be aware of that. And again, that moon swearing it, it's just lighting it up. It's helping us seek out more stuff. And that even may be part of the like shakiness. Like it's your body being like, I have to like release these energies, release these vibes. Be willing to shake it out if necessary. There's a reason we have movement. Again, I always talk about emotions, like feelings, energies. They need to get moved through our body. Turn on the music and shake it out. So we're going to leave that there. Card-wise, again, grounding, blooming, reaching for the light. And yet we may feel some of that suppression. Like, can't I be there already? Torturous mental energies a little bit in this. Torturous mental energies a little bit of this. The guilt, the clinging to the past. It's all mental. Be there, be present with it. And then how do you shake it out? By honoring that grounding, coming back to that energy that will support you in and through all of this. What is your just next moment to moment step that you need to take? Where is spirit guiding you in and through all this? And again, remembering, I know you're tired, but come, this is the way. This is important work that we're doing, and do realize that, and do realize that it is tiring in many ways. How are you being called to show up for yourself? How are you valuing yourself? That Mars and Taurus action may be about you, supporting you through physically supported actions for yourself to support yourself through these changes. So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And stay curious. Namaste.